Hey, Jeff here. I got got what I call a mini good score yesterday at my local store. It's kind of excited. I don't often see my local store posts videos on Facebook, YouTube, stuff like that about what's new, and they do videos on new used stuff that comes in. And I guess this one was back at the end of June. I totally missed out on it, and so I didn't rush down there. But I went down there, almost 2 weeks later, and I found some gems. First off, though, check this out. Check this out. You see my normal scenery here, but look at this. Watch this. Look at over here beside me. Those are brand new. I just set those up this morning. I've been shifting records over there to try to reorganize stuff, but I got expansion room. Anyway, so I had to go out and buy some new stuff. Just kidding. Trying to reorganize, get things a little shifted around, a little space here. But anyway, let's jump into this. So I went down there, and I'm flipping through the used stuff, and I'm seeing some decent stuff in the pop side. Like there's some Billy Joel I needed, and Nazareth, and some other things that were like, yeah, I might grab these. And I started kind of laying things aside. Then all of a sudden I hit this. I'm like, oh wow, you don't see much 80s metal down there. Znowhite. Snowhite was how they used to be called, but now there's Znowhite. This is I guess technically an EP. This is like early, was it 1984 kind of thrash, speed metal type band. I believe the singer's a female singer, I believe. But anyway, so I saw this and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. Price wasn't horrible. I mean, I'd love to have been cheaper, but it's got 5 songs on it. And I've seen this. I think I have digital tracks for that, but I don't think I've ever owned it before. Has the order form inside it. It's on Enigma. Now, my first thing, I see these, and the cover's in decent condition for an 80s album. So then I pulled out the record, and I'm like, wow, this is like really, really, very, 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 very good. Great condition. So I keep flipping, and then I'm like, oh, look at that. Raven, Rockin' Till You Drop. Now, I've had this on my wish list because they have a Black on Black reissue that has some bonus tracks and all that stuff. And so I almost bought it not too long ago. But anyway, this is the, original 1981 neat record release of the first Raven album. And so I thought, A, it's an OG. I'm going to grab that. Why not? Rather than wait for the reissue. And B, I'm supporting my local store. And so I really, I wanted to grab what they had here. And again, I checked it. It's on the neat labels with the yellow thumb. And I checked it again. And I'm like, has this even been played? It was just, not a mark on it. Just absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. Scooped that up. Kept flipping, and bang, 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 4 in a row. Virgin Steele, 1. Virgin Steele, 2. Virgin Steele, Wait for the Night, the EP that followed before they went to Noble Savage, Virgin Steele. Now, funny thing about this, not so funny, is that recently I noticed that, so Virgin Steele, 81, 82, 83, and 84. So this is early 80s. I had Virgin Steele 1 and 2 and the EP, Wait for the Night. I had all 3 of those back in the day. I remember ordering them mail order through the mail. They were a New York band. That might as well have been the other side of the world for all I care, even though I was only from Virginia, New York, whatever. So you order them from magazines, you get them in a magazine. I remember getting them back then and thinking, they're pretty good. They were, lower level as far as some of the stuff we were listening to at the time. I probably got these around 83 or so. They were already out. I knew I enjoyed them, but they weren't high on the list. But over the years, so Jack Starr is the guitar player on these first 3 albums. He wasn't on the Noble Savage. He had left. And he's done a lot of solo stuff. He's done stuff with Rhett Forrester, one of my absolute favorite albums. He's got Jack Starr's Burning Star. He's got Jack Starr's... he's got a bunch of different monikers he goes by. But Jack Starr's Burning Star, I picked up one of those when I was in Raleigh a couple months ago, I've shown. And trying to scoop up some of that stuff with him. And he's continued to put out stuff every few years. And I saw a video the other day that he's got a new album out, I believe real recently. So I've got that on my wish list. But so his name's been in my mind just because I saw that just the other day. So I went in and started putting this other stuff on my wish list, make sure I keep an eye out for it, and then all of a sudden, boom, right in my lap falls 4 Virgin Steel, and they got the well taken care of. You know, they got the inserts and stuff, and again, just like almost minty fresh. I mean, you know, they got maybe some scuff, very light scuff marks. I've listened to them and they sound, there's no pops, there's no cracks, crystal clear. Mongol Horde label, some other things. So yeah, I was tickled. I'm like, wow, you know, these are like a blast from the past, 80s metal. So I went back and watched the video this morning. What did I miss? I went back and found the video that they showed all the stuff. It was 5 minutes of them dropping, they're just dropping. It's a drop video. There's just a little music going and they're dropping albums. 5 minutes of that. Those were in there. And then I was a little bummed because there was about 3 or 4 Gentle Giant albums in there. There was a Pantera Power of the Night album. I don't know if it was an OG or what, but I saw in the notes that somebody commented right after the video, hey, how much? And they said it's gone. That's interesting. I kind of wonder, was it real or was it a fake? Because these albums are from the 80s. I'm thinking it could have been a real one. I should ask the store next time I'm in there how much they sold it for. They might know, you know, if it was real. There wasn't a ton of stuff that I missed out on. The Gentle Giant, and there was, I forget, there was 1 or 2 other bands, but they weren't like Grail 80s metal. They weren't stuff like that. They were stuff that would have been great to have, but not stuff that I'm like, I can't believe I missed out on that. But they had a lot of good stuff. This guy must have been from the same collection, I guess. He had, you know, Genesis and Billy Joel, lots of 80s stuff. Even some of the late 70s Journey album, just everything. And it was all in great condition. So, but I grabbed this. I'm glad, you know, this was a great little haul. And anyway, that's all for now. I've got a bunch of stuff that has come in recently that I want to break this up into smaller videos, but that was what my weekend haul was, unexpected. I went there to look because they say on their website that they had just cleaned out the store and put a bunch of stuff in the clearance rack, the $3.99 rack. I didn't make it to the $3.99 rack because when I got done with the new used stuff and I found these, I had to leave. I'm just like, yeah, breaking the bank, that's enough. I'll look at the other stuff later. That's all for now, though. I'll be back very soon because, like I said, I got some more stuff going on. I will see you later. Rock on. Rock on.